You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. What's going on? You locked in with the Innovators YouTube. You already know I got the best interviews right here, man. I got a legend in here with me today. We in San Francisco, California, man. I got Freeway Rick, the real Rick Ross in the studio. We not in the studio. We in a vegan spot right now.
What is it called? A vegan burger?
Vegan burger. I'm used to being in the studio, but we doing something different for you, something special.
Appreciate it.
It's a blessing to have you here. I appreciate you coming through today. Just to start off, let me know, how's everything going for you today? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing good. Just left one of Burner stores.
Yeah.
With my new marijuana line.
Yeah. How was that?
I mean, good. They bought.
Yeah. Well, that's for sure good. It's super dope to see you.
Frisco show love.
Yeah. Nah, it's super dope to see you get into the marijuana business. I think that's tight. Just like I asked you prior, but how is it like being vegan? You say you've been vegan for like 30 years.
Well, right before I left home, it was an article came out and said vegans were 75%, had a 75% less chance of catching coronavirus.
For real?
And
that's crazy.
And another 10%, if they caught it, they wasn't going to get really sick. So being a vegan has, it changed my life. It's a different lifestyle. It ain't just, some people do it for a fad, but it's kind of like a way of life for me now. I've been doing it this long. I really can't see myself going back.
Do you miss meat ever?
I don't. Not at all.
That's tight.
Meat really turns me off. Like, ugh. You eat something dead?
Yeah.
It's almost like eating a dog or a cat.
Yeah.
You eat those, you eat pigs and cows and horses.
You got me thinking I need to switch it up right now.
Chickens, ugh.
Yeah.
Chickens eat their own
shit.
Yes.
Yeah,
hogs eat anything.
Yeah, real good, yeah.
So when you look at it, our bodies wasn't made to consume other animals.
Yeah.
So it's kind of almost like being a cannabis.
I've been really hearing that. I've been trying to cut back. I've been trying to be pescatarian, eating a little bit of chicken, but I've for sure been staying away from as much as beef and pork as possible.
When we get brainwashed into believing certain things, sometimes those things that are lies, even though they're lies, they're hard for us to get away from.
Yeah.
It takes a lot, because it's been so ingrained into you, oh, my grandmother ate this.
Yeah.
My great-great-grandmother ate this. My mom ate this.
Yeah.
They lived to be 100 years old.
Yeah.
So just because they did it don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of what it is. But, I enjoy being a vegan. It's a little more expensive. You have to do a little more preparation, but at the end of the day, wealth without health don't mean nothing.
Nah, straight up. Being healthy that should be something you prioritize every day of your life.
Yeah. We all want to be healthy. They say that the rich man will trade everything he has for one more minute of life.
Yeah.
But he won't give up his gluttony.
Yeah.
He won't stop eating the shit that's making him sick.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the way we live right now.
Yeah. Definitely gotta eat right. You gotta watch what you put in your body for sure. So as far as I know, you grew up in LA, but it says that you were born in Texas. So when did you come to LA? How old were you?
My mom moved to LA. I was only 3.
Oh, okay.
So I'm LA all the way.
Yeah. You don't even claim Texas.
I was born there. You know. So and where you was born at to me don't really mean so much, because I believe the earth is my turf.
Yeah.
We were created to rule the planet, and I'm from all over. Texas is just where my mom had me.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, our origins is from Africa.
Yeah.
Like everybody else on the planet.
Yeah.
And I just enjoy just traveling and seeing new things and meeting new people.
Yeah.
And experiencing new things.
Yeah. What was it like growing up for you in LA, in your earlier years? I know you had said when you was growing up, gangs were fairly new at that time.
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw the Crips, man, 69.
Yeah.
And I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't really know what really took place. And at that time, it wasn't like it is now, with the Crips and the Bloods are fighting. And people, hundreds of thousands of people have been killed behind it.
Yeah.
It was just, for me, it was like, damn, all them brothers hanging together, and they was older than I was. I was a kid, I probably was around 9 or 10 years old. And for me, I never saw a bunch of brothers hanging like that, like playing and wrestling.
Yeah, it was like new to you, so you were kind of like, I get why you kind of like, I feel like you kind of took to it in a sense, like you liked it, but you said like you never like fully got in because of tennis.
Yeah. Well, I was too young at that time, 9 or 10. My mom was strict too.
Yeah.
My mom would whoop you with a telephone card, extension cord. She didn't care.
That's that southern.
Whatever was in her reach, that's what she whooped you with. So, I didn't really get to experience it because I was so young, and my mom had so much control over me. Yeah. And I really feel fortunate that she did that. Because I can only imagine. Yeah. One of my best friends in elementary school and junior high school just got out of prison.
Yeah. How long did he do?
35 years.
Wow.
And he went around 18 years old.
Yeah, that's crazy. He kind of missed like a lot of his life. I mean, majority of his life. And
another one of my friends just got. That I went to school with. He did like 40 years, man.
That's crazy.
Maybe 42 years. Yeah. So, when you see guys that you was hanging out with just getting out of prison and never really experienced life, you'd be like, wow, I'm lucky. Yeah.
No, for sure. Now, as far as like playing tennis, like how did you get into that? Because I thought it was kind of crazy because you don't see a lot of black males playing
Especially
tennis.
Not then.
Yeah.
I think then the only black that was playing tennis then professionally was Arthur Ashe.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. I just one of my childhood friends just came to the signing today.
Yeah, that's tight.
He came to the signing today,
and
he was telling me about we grew up together, and I was like, what?
You remember him? Or?
No, but I remember the things that he talked about.
Yeah, so you was like, all right, you knew
you
was talking facts, yeah.
Yeah. He was telling me we was in the same homeroom in junior high school, and we used to walk to school together.
Yeah, and, that's crazy.
And it's just like different things are remembered by different people, at different times.
Yeah.
Saying that is that when we was in junior high school, I played football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
But when it was time to go to high school, I was a little guy, and none of the high school coaches talked to me about playing on the teams.
Yeah. So they want the big. I played football myself. They want the big guys.
They want the big guys. Yeah. Everybody picked the big. I want him. I want him. No matter how hard you play or how good you were, they would overlook you.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I said, well, you know what? Maybe I should find me another sport. Yeah. And I'd already started playing tennis, so I really just dove all the way into it after that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like tennis, like it kind of kept you out the streets fully?
Tennis saved my life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's kind of crazy.
Not just, it's deeper than even that.
Yeah.
First of all, I would say that it saved my life, kept me out of prison.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
But when I got older, I started using that shit I learned in tennis to sell dope.
Yeah. What would you say that? What was that? What was that?
Well, tennis teaches you to be consistent. To practice.
Yeah.
Like in tennis, if your backhand is not working right, you got to hit 300 backhands.
Exactly, to get it right.
Over and over and over, and you just working on the mechanics of getting it right. Yeah. And so what I learned from that is that whatever I do, work on your mechanics.
Yeah, straight up.
Get it right.
Nah, for sure.
Don't settle. Don't know that you're doing it wrong and just continue to do wrong.
Yeah.
Like my coach used to tell me, say, if you got on the highway and you trying to go to the beach, the Pacific Ocean, but you're going east.
Going the wrong way.
And after you drove for a day and somebody said, man, you're going the wrong way. Should you continue to go east? Or should you turn around? You know, he told me to turn around. No matter how far you done went wrong,
I like
always turn around.
I like
you
that.
know, and try to go right at that instant. So that's kind of how I kind of live my life. You know, with those kind of lessons, you know. Try to figure out how to go right.
How are you able to like go through school and like you talked about like being illiterate until you went to prison? Like how are you able to go through school and not be able to read?
Well, it's a bunch of scenarios that go with that. One, I learned how to play the teachers.
Okay.
You know. I never really thought about that, but in order to do that, you have to play your teacher.
For sure.
You know.
People, I mean, kids still do that to this day now.
You know, take the teacher apple. You know, clean the chalkboard off. Make sure that the courtroom is clean. So that's the kind of person I was, and then the teacher don't want to see you do bad. So they don't want to hold you back. They don't want to hold you back in school, so they just pass you on through, even though you're not capable. And you know, sometimes you get those teachers who really don't want to be there either.
Not true.
They don't really care about their job. So they don't care if you got it or you didn't get it. Move on, get out my hair. Let me get to my next batch of money. You know, you just a crop to them.
Real talk.
So you know, all of that played a part in it. You know, but at the end of the day, they slipped on somebody that they really could have taught to be something. You know, I only wonder what my life would have been like if somebody would have came and took the time out to really mold me. You know, to really school me.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Did you ever wish like you went to college and like maybe played tennis or like on a higher scale? Or?
Absolutely, I wanted to go to college. I used to go to the colleges because, you know, by me playing tennis at Dorsey, like 7 or 8 of my friends went to college and played like top tennis.
That's tight.
Some major universities. So I would go to the college where they was at, and I would stand in their dorm room with them and work out with the team.
So get the experience,
as if I was on the team, you know.
That's tight.
But I wasn't really tripping on the school. I was more wanting to get the practice so that I could become this great tennis player that I had hoped that one day I would become.
When I was watching you on Vladdy, and then you were talking about how like at the time when you were playing tennis, a lot of your friends, you said pretty much all your friends was doing PCP at that time. I was just like, why would people do PCP if they knew? You saw how it make you lose your mind. Like, why would they do it if they knew? Did they know that effect?
Well, it wasn't that known then.
Okay, I got you.
It ain't like it is now. We got a lot of data.
They know. I got you.
It was still kind of new back then, you know. So they just knew that it whacked them out, you know. And sometimes people want to be whacked out. You know, they don't want to deal with the heartaches of everyday life. You know, they would rather be out of their minds. You know, me, I'm totally the opposite. I'd rather be in full control. You know. You know, sometimes I wonder if I'm a control freak. You know, do I take it too far? You know, being in control. But that's why I never use drugs nor drunk alcohol. It's because I never like the fact that when you do those, you're not in control anymore. Right.
That's kind of tight, but I think it's smart though, because you feel me. If you in the game, you're not supposed to be getting high on your own supply. You already know that.
Yeah, especially at least you're vulnerable. You know, can you imagine a guy, you know, like myself, who was walking around with millions of dollars?
You need to be in your right mind at all times.
Get called out in the street, PCP'd up. You know, like.
Definitely don't want that to happen.
Because I seen people who are PCP, and they don't know nothing. They don't know where they belong. They don't know their name. They don't know who got them by the arm, who's trying to protect them. you know, I saw women like that before. You know,
Yeah.
just like, I mean,
Struck out.
just
Oh,
out,
yeah.
just burnt.
Yeah.
You know, like so. You know, you talk about now. Here you are, a major drug figure. You know, with millions of dollars,
Yeah.
and here you are out in the streets,
Yeah.
sprung out on drugs.
Yeah, ain't a good look for sure.
Somebody you might wind up in the
vulnerable.
trunk of somebody's car.
Yeah,
You know,
for sure. Yeah, nah, for sure. How do you feel about like gangbanging today? Do you think it's like watered down compared to like back in the day, or that it's lost its original purpose? Like,
Well, you know, the gangbanging got twisted. You know, I was fortunate enough to I didn't know Tookie, but you know, I kind of knew the purpose of them starting
Yeah.
the Crips. You know, I heard the
Yeah.
stories, and I knew Putin personally. You
Yeah.
know, one of the founders of the Bloods.
yeah,
And the Crips was formed to protect the community from the Ku Klux Klan. They didn't
Yeah.
want white people coming in the neighborhood, torturing and terrorizing the community, so they
Yeah.
came together. And the Bloods came together almost like the Crips did.
yeah,
You know,
for the same purpose. Or
almost
really
for the same
against
purpose.
the Ku Klux Klan.
So for them to start fighting, I remember the first time that I ever knew a Crip and a Blood got killed. You know,
Really?
the first time a Crip killed a Blood was at our park
What
that I
year-
knew of.
What year was that?
That was about, I must have been like 11 years old, 12 years old.
That's crazy.
And we had rode our bikes. All of us had rode our bikes to the beach that weekend. It was on the weekend.
Yeah.
And you know, the Crips and the Bloods played football in the park all
Yeah.
the time. That was normal.
Okay.
You know, and they would, would play wrestle and, it seemed like just a normal. I wanted to play.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to get out there.
You
with
never
them
get out
sometimes.
there.
They wouldn't let me. I was too little.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But I always wanted to. I always
Yeah.
wanted to play with the big guys.
Yeah.
'Cause, I thought I was just as good as they
Nah,
were.
for sure.
So we come back from the beach one day, and the park was taped off.
Yeah.
Police was everywhere, and we started asking what happened, and then they told us that one of the Swans had got killed by one of the Hoover Crips,
Yeah.
and a mini war broke out after that.
Yeah.
And it was really over a bad hit. Somebody got hit in the mouth with
It
an
was
elbow.
over the football game?
It was over a football game.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody got hit in the mouth with an elbow, I believe it was.
That's crazy.
And the war started from there.
That's crazy. That's hella crazy. To know it was over something like that, like, I thought it would
Yeah.
be something like deep or more serious. Like, that ain't.
No,
That's
it
crazy.
wasn't that serious.
Would you say that Tookie Williams was very I'll say influential for you to write your book, and like, did he give you any game ever, or like?
I mean, he did, but not personally. You
Yeah.
know, so like with me, I don't have to get my game out of your mouth.
Yeah,
per se.
I got you.
I can watch you and study you and get game from you.
Yeah,
So I got most of my game from Tookie when they were about to kill him.
yeah,
And when they were about to kill Tookie, because I used to see Tookie, but I never spoke to him.
yeah,
And when they got ready to kill Tookie, I only thought back to when I was a little boy and I was looking at him, and that if Tookie would have allowed me, I would have rolled with him.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine if I would have had that opportunity to ride with him, that I could have been there with him when they charged him with what they charged him with.
yeah,
And where would I have been?
yeah. Same.
You know, I would be in the same position.
Same position. for real.
So I learned from that you have to be careful with who you decide you're going to align yourself with and what actions they're taking, because those actions could have a detrimental effect on you that could last you for a lifetime, or could even take your life. So when I thought about that, I also saw he had wrote a book and almost won a Plaza Peace Prize, and I thought, well, if he wrote a book on cripping, then I should write a book on drug dealing.
Yeah.
Because at that time I didn't feel that there was many people in the world that knew as much about dealing drugs as I did.
Nah, for sure.
And I feel that way today.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I think shit, if anybody was going to ride it, you should have been right there to do it.
That's what I did. And nobody had ever wrote a book about real life selling drugs.
Yeah.
You know, a factual story.
Yeah.
Not like, you know, the snowfall stuff that they putting on TV.
Yeah.
Because that's not really how it happens.
Yeah. How you feel about those like newer? You don't watch them?
Nah, I don't watch that. Cartoon.
Yeah.
You know, I might as well watch Daffy Duck.
Yeah.
And Mickey Mouse. And all them, you know, all the ones with the cartoons. You know?
Yeah.
My teachers, my tennis coach used to tell me, if you can catch a talking mouse, bring it to him, and he gonna show you how to get rich.
Yeah.
So you know, when you see all those cartoons and stuff, you know, I don't even like my kids watching cartoons anymore. And I used to watch cartoons when I was a kid.
Really?
But I understand that those are the things that stopped me from being successful in school.
Yeah.
Because I understood Mickey Mouse and Daffy Duck and Scooby-Doo. I understood those things.
Yeah.
I knew what they did.
Yeah.
But those weren't the things that should have been important to me.
Yeah.
What should have been important to me was how was I going to make a living to take care of my mama, you know, and my loved ones.
What really mattered.
What really mattered.
Yeah.
So a lot of times we get sidetracked with things that society throw out for us, and that stops us from developing into the person that we could eventually become.
Yeah. Just to go back to Tookie for 1 second, we know that he got the death penalty, lethal injection in 2005. 2019 is Gavin Newsom. He halted it. Do you feel like Schwarzenegger? He should have do you think he should have maybe let Tookie get a chance to get out, or because you know he did kind of change himself around and he was doing a lot of positive things at the time? Do you feel like it should have been handled differently? Because you know, California is not really even a big death penalty state.
Yeah, you know, I was pulling for Tookie, you know, to make it. But you know, Schwarzenegger is a Republican.
Right.
You know, Republican really don't like blacks anyway, and he had an opportunity to get away with one. You know, and I heard him and Tookie had words before on the way power or something. Yeah. So there was no love there.
Yeah. So he didn't really. I get what you're saying. He was he had no remorse for the situation.
None.
Yeah. Would you say the prison system is modern day slavery?
In a lot of ways. I look at the prison system as a way for society, especially when it comes down to black men, to get rid of the undesirables, you know, people that they don't want to have to deal with. Really, this country should have set up a program for really the whole black community, you know, because we've probably been under some of the greatest traumas ever known to mankind, you know. This slavery that they practice here, chattel slavery, I think is what they call it. Treated blacks a way that nobody has ever been treated before in this world. Could you imagine what is going through a man's mind when his 12-year-old daughter starts to grow up and the slave master comes to get her? And the guy, and he knows that
you want to do something for sure, but you know you can't.
He knows that the only way that he can live is by being quiet.
Yeah.
You know that if he stands up for his loved one, and then he's gonna be killed.
Yeah.
And they probably still gonna do what they
do whatever they're gonna do. Yeah.
But you know, when I look at my baby girl, and I would be like, I don't know if I could have made it.
Yeah.
You know, I might have died.
That's how I be feeling too, for sure.
So, that's the kind of trauma that, you know, no human being should have to go through.
Yeah.
You know, and that's another reason why I don't eat meat either, because I don't think that no animal should be tortured like that.
Yeah.
You know, one day we might look back at ourselves now and be like, wow, look how we treated the cows and the pigs and the chickens and you know, so many other species that that we cage and torture and slaughter, and you know, for us to eat when we really didn't need to eat that. You know, we could have ate what the earth gave us to eat. What would have made you healthier and more prosperous.
I get you for sure. That's what, like, a lot of the traditions, like the chitlins, the oxtails, all that type of stuff, it comes from slave culture for sure.
Well, that's the only thing they threw away.
Exactly. So that's what they gave us. Whatever they didn't want to eat, they fed it to us.
Y'all eat the chitlins. We ain't eat that shit. We ain't eat no guts with the shit.
It's really crazy as hell. I know recently they've been talking about giving California, has been talking about doing reparations. Have you heard about that?
I don't think they're gonna ever do it.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they will.
But you think they just saying it just to, I guess, like, make black people happy for a second? But I mean, that would be a lot of money they would have to give out, you know?
Exactly.
No, for sure. How you feel about everything we've been seeing as far as, like, the police brutality, black men been getting killed by the police, which is something, I mean, we've been seeing for years, but now it's kind of...
Well, I think that police officers should be screened better. You know, they should check their backgrounds and make sure they're not part of the Proud Boys or the Ku Klux Klan. You know, before they're allowed to walk around with a gun and exercise their racist beliefs. You know, I've been drug out of cars, and you know, lucky that I've had knees in my back. You know, with 3 or 4 cops handcuffed me. And cuffs way too tight. Matter of fact, all these scars in my face is from flashlight therapy, as they called it.
For real?
Yeah. While I was handcuffed, the dog allowed to bite me while I was handcuffed.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, you know, I testified against cops for doing that. You know, I went to court and they planted drugs on me. Lied on search warrants. I mean,
I know you dealt with a lot of dirty cops for sure.
Crazy. So when you see all this here, you just got to shake your head and say, how could any democratic society stand by and watch these actions take place?
So before you got into, like, selling drugs, you talked about, like, stealing cars and all that. Was there a lot of money in that at the time, or, like?
You know, when I look back at my life of stealing cars, I did pretty good. You know, here I am, 17, 18 years old, making $300, $200 a night. In the 80s, 70s, it's pretty good money. But I didn't know what to do with my money. You know, my mom used to say, "Fooling is money will soon depart." So, not knowing, you know, what moves I should have been making, I made the wrong move.
Do you know what? It's like a thing that's actually started in San Francisco. It's called bipping. You know what that is?
No.
It's basically when they, like, take, like, a spark plug, and now what they, I mean, I guess people, they do steal cars, but not as much. How they just come break the window and they just do, like, a quick smash and grab.
They did me like that. We got done like that last time I was in Oakland.
For real? Yeah, that's the thing out here.
The car pulled up on the side of our car. I had my backpack in the back. No money or nothing in it. It wasn't no value. They was gonna get some dirty drawers. And they broke the window out and they grabbed my bag out. And my
While you was in the car?
No, the car was parked.
You just see it.
I was inside the dispensary doing a signing, just like I was doing today. I was.
That's the thing now. That it's like, that's like, even like recently I had got a rental car when I came out here, and the lady told me, like, hey, don't leave nothing in the car because they breaking windows and taking everything out. Like, that's like I don't know if they do it in other places. I know that's like a big thing out here in the Bay Area. When you were first getting into, like, the drug game, did you sell cocaine first, or, like, you sold PCP first, or what was it that kind of got you?
I started with cocaine.
Okay.
I only sold PCP for about 3 days.
For real?
Yeah. I didn't know no better, and when I got up to a half ounce, I left my half ounce with a worker with a smoker to work for me. You know, to sell it while I was gone. He smoked all. When I come back, he had like $150. So I couldn't buy no more cocaine. You know, you can't buy at that time you couldn't buy no cocaine for $150. So I had to take that $150 and go buy a half ounce of PCP
Yeah.
and stick my way back up.
Yeah, then into my your first introduction into cocaine, you talked about how you kind of got some bad cocaine and then you basically like stole the guy's car and they came back with the Uzis and all that. Like,
yeah.
You talked about what you in that moment? What you talked about? You talked about squashing and you met up with the guys and how like y'all kind of squashed what was going on. Like, what made you be so methodical in that situation? Because you know, most people on the streets they're quick to go double back and you know, tat for tat, score for score. Like,
well, I didn't see no win in the situation. You know, there was no way to win.
Yeah.
Because if he kills me, I lose. He lose. And if I kill him, he lose and I lose. So for me, it was the best thing to do was to squash the situation. Plus, I started having a little money too.
Yeah.
You know, I had about $100,000 then.
Yeah. So you weren't even trying to be on like.
I ain't trying to go to jail for sure. You know, I'm trying to get to a meal ticket.
Yeah.
You know, I saw myself hitting a meal ticket, so you know, it was in my interest, and he had money too.
Yeah.
You know, he had a little money.
Yeah.
So it was better in my interest to squash it, and for us both to be able to live our lives the way we have been living.
I think more people, even like the younger generation today, should to look at that situation and take heed to it, because you already know, like, that was smart. Like y'all, like you said y'all weren't the best of friends after, but y'all at least didn't have to walk around.
Well, I knew the guy too. We found out
stuff.
after we talked. You know, we went to junior high school together. Yeah. You know, we really didn't know each other. I mean, we had knew each other from school, but we didn't know each other. We didn't know that was the same people.
Yeah.
So after we talked and everything, and then we found out we both went to school at the same time, and it just made sense for us to squash our beef.
Yeah. I know I was watching a crack documentary on Netflix, and there was a few things I wanted to ask you about. They tried to make it seem, I guess the media tried to make it seem that it was a lot of black people doing crack, which I guess it was, but it was basically they said it was more white people doing it than crack. Do you feel like than black? Do you feel like that's true?
It is.
Yeah.
You figure we're only 13%.
That's what I'm saying. We're not even a big part of the population.
Yeah. So it's only natural that they use more cocaine than we did.
Yeah.
But it's easier to get arrested in the black community.
Yeah.
You know, more than likely a black guy selling the cocaine on the street.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have any political backing.
Yeah.
He won't be able to hire a lawyer.
Yeah.
You know, his family don't really care.
Yeah.
You know, and it got so bad, you know, we messed up so bad in the crack era that we made where our moms wanted us to go to jail.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying my mom per se.
Yeah.
Because my mom, she loved me dearly, and whatever I did, she still backed me. You know, like, you know, I had one of them moms like, that's my son.
Yeah, she gonna ride with you regardless.
You got it twisted.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that. But it got so bad that the black community had started to say, you know, hey, lock him up.
Yeah.
Throw away the key.
Yeah. Nah, real shit.
And I believe that's where this police brutality stuff all started.
Yeah.
Because people felt that, you know, the black drug dealer was dangerous. He was a gang member.
Yeah.
What they started to do is they started to mix gang banging and drug dealing in together.
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, if somebody who was gang banging killed somebody, they said it was drug related.
Yeah. They kind of put all the attention on. I get what you're saying. It's
and
crazy.
It really was totally the opposite, because most drug dealers don't want any violence, because if violence comes, the police come and shut the block down. We don't want the block shut down.
You want the block to be booming so you can make some money.
Yeah, we want the block to stay booming.
So when you originally started selling cocaine, you said that you wanted to only make $5,000, and then in your first 6 months you done made $100K. You 20 years old. Of course, you on top of the world at this time. Were you like flashy at all, or like, you know, like in this new era, people, they're showing all that money on Instagram, illegal, like people do illegal things and they really kind of brag about it like in this new era, like.
Yeah, I see them on Instagram, and Facebook.
You weren't flashy at all. You was.
Nah, I didn't want nobody to know I had no money. You keep the jackers off me.
Yeah. You talked about being addicted to the lifestyle of cocaine, like. What was it that made you addicted to it, and like, did you ever feel like you wanted to just take the money and stop? Like,
Oh yeah, many times I want.
Yeah.
I would say I want to stop, and this is my last time.
Yeah.
But I didn't have anything else that generated the same type of income that I was getting from selling cocaine. So it was tough.
Yeah. Not for sure. You talked about when LA couldn't really meet your demands, so you had to go to Miami and like.
Oh no, LA met my demands.
LA met the demand. I mean, as far as like the product demand.
You talking about when I was first getting my product?
Yeah.
Yeah. LA, we couldn't find the cocaine in LA.
Yeah. So you had to go to Miami, and like we all see kind of how the situation that Scarface went when he tried to do his first turn. Like, was that going through your mind as you was in Miami? Like how like it could go back?
Scarface hadn't came out then.
Oh, for real?
Nah.
So you didn't really have no.
No, I didn't have I didn't have nothing to go by.
What was going through your mind at that time? Because you were an LA dude on the whole.
Well, we was a little nervous, but at the same time, we knew to keep the money and the drugs separate.
Yeah.
And the people we went down there to meet, we had got introduced, so we kind of felt comfortable with our introduction.
Yeah. Did you ever think about like going like to Colombia or Mexico or?
I've been invited to both of them, but,
but you
I
never
turned them down. I was like, I make enough money right now.
Yeah.
Why should I take a chance?
That'll be even more of a risk. Yeah,
more of a risk than I'm already taking. So
yeah,
I turned it down.
While you was doing it, did you ever think about like how potentially it could ruin people's lives or kill them, or like the bad things that would come from it?
Well, in the beginning, there was no bad.
Yeah.
The only people who were getting high was wealthy people. At that time, a gram of cocaine was like $300 and some dollars.
Yeah.
So who could afford
only rich people?
A
Gotta have
gram
some
for
money.
$300? So it wasn't any welfare moms. It wasn't like that. It was like my first customers was pimps.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of money.
Yeah.
They was getting that whole money.
Yeah.
So they had bread. And then it became doctors and lawyers and musicians. And I felt that one of my dreams was to be in Hollywood. I wanted to be in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Well, I just became a part of Hollywood.
Yeah.
I became a part of the Hollywood lifestyle. So I never looked at it that way in the beginning. It was only after a few years that I started to see family members becoming addicted, because my family members probably became addicted the fastest because they had more access to the cocaine at a better price.
Yeah.
Because I would give them a price that I wouldn't give
somebody on the street.
Exactly.
Yeah. You talked about like every day knowing when you step out you can lose your life. Like, what type of mindset did you have to operate under those extreme measures?
Well, you have to believe that that's a way of life. Because I came up in the gang era. I saw guys get shot. It was normal to see somebody laid out in the streets after a while.
Yeah.
After the Crips and Bloods had got going for a while, somebody getting killed or somebody getting shot by the rival gang was normal. So now selling drugs, somebody getting killed, it's normal. People here get killed all the time. It's the survival of the fittest. Whoever is the fittest is going to win. So I never thought about that. But I used to wear bulletproof vests and carry my pistol. With the concept is today might be the day I have to gun somebody down. Or it might be the day that I get gunned down. Or it might be the day that I go to prison. And all of those things was options.
At this time, you making more money than like companies, athletes, rap, like all pretty much, but a lot of more than most of the people in society. Like, are there a lot of black people in the game that are like you at this time, or is it just you? Like,
it was a few.
Yeah. Do you feel like
maybe not as big as I was? But in the game, in the same realm as I was.
Was there any discrimination against you because you was black in the cocaine game, would you say?
Well, cocaine, it don't really discriminate. That's why black men gravitate to it so hard, because there's no discrimination.
Got you.
At least up into a certain level.
Yeah.
It doesn't discriminate. Those people just want the money.
What does it feel like to be facing a life sentence and then get out of jail really because of your own research and studying?
Well, having a life sentence is devastating. You know, to know that my mom was 70-something years old when I went to prison, and to know that if she got sick that you couldn't go and see about her.
Yeah.
If she needed blood from you, you couldn't give it to her. Or a liver transplant or whatever, you couldn't be there.
Yeah.
That was hard. Or if one of your kids got raped or whatever, you know, it's just, you can't go. You know, the jail is not going to say, oh, well, a tragedy happened, so we're going to allow you to go and assist your family, and you're probably the best one in the whole family to assist. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So when you get a life sentence, it's devastating.
Yeah.
But you know, one day I was just thinking to myself, and I said, you know what? If you work your way in, work your way out.
Yeah. Now you got definitely. It's amazing that you kept that faith and you didn't give up on yourself while you was in there.
No, I just started to work my way out. You
Yeah.
know, I started to grind and do all the things that I did to get myself in, and those are the things that got myself out.
How was jail for you? You got a lot of love in there. It was tough, like.
You know, I'm from LA, so my neighborhood gang, you know, where I stay at was the Hoover Crips, and they were pretty big.
Yeah.
And they claimed me.
Yeah.
You know, they said that he's one of us.
Yeah.
You know, even though I never claimed the gang.
Yeah.
They claimed me. But then, you know, I got along pretty well with, you know, all the Bay Area guys. You know, even Mac Dre. Mac Dre stayed up under me.
Yeah, for real.
I couldn't get rid of Mac Dre.
That's crazy. I was gonna ask you if you was like ever tapped in with like any like Bay Area kingpins like Felix Mitchell or.
I didn't know Felix, but I knew Little D.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew Duro.
I actually was just had a convo with him, so hopefully we might do something soon.
And I mean, I was in jail with all the guys. I was in jail with a bunch of Felix's crimies. You know, Billy Brown. I mean, you know, when you're in the pen and they move you around from pen to pen, so you meet pretty much everybody.
Did people snitch on you? I know people are trying to say that you got out early and you might have snitched, but we know you didn't snitch. But
yeah, I had some of my friends telling me.
Yeah, how does that feel?
I mean, you know what? That's part of the game. You know, I don't really. I don't know. It don't matter no more. I know that's going to happen. If you get into cocaine, your friend's going to tell on you.
Yeah.
You know, the same dude you smashing women with today and selling birds with, he's going to be the one to get on the witness stand and tell on you tomorrow. So if you deal in drugs and you don't understand those facts, then something wrong with you.
Yeah. Can you talk about like what went into you wanting to sue the rapper Rick Ross for taking your name and why you felt that was important?
I didn't really want to sue. I didn't really want to sue the rapper. The lawyer came to me and told me that Universal owed me $50 million.
Really?
Yeah. So he told me that he would do all the work and all I would have to do was sign the paper saying that he was my attorney. Yeah. So I did it. The rapper was acting shitty. You know. Fucker didn't bring me nothing when I got home from prison and said, hey man, here's $5 for using your name. Yeah. He didn't do that. And so I was like, yeah, fuck it, sue him. Yeah. And then, you know, once the lawsuit got going, I got wound up in it and it turned into a fight. Yeah. And you know I like fights. So I fought back. You know, they come in there with 15 lawyers and all that bullshit. And, you know. But no, I never really wanted to sue him. And it really was a distraction for me. The whole lawsuit was a distraction. It set me back a lot. It was like that. Set me back a few years. Yeah. You know, now, you know, my businesses is booming. Yeah. And it would have been probably booming then had I not been so focused on going or meet with lawyers every day. Yeah. And depositions. It's like it put a whole nother burden on you. Exactly. Yeah. And you know, I was already fighting trying to save my mama's house. Yeah. You know, so you add all those things up. It's a lot. You know, now I'm not really focused on what my plan was when I was in prison. Yeah. You know, my plan has been put on hold because, for one, my mom was about to be homeless. Yeah. And then I'm living with my mom. I got 2 new babies. Yeah. It was a lot. Yeah.
your name, your nickname, Freeway. Did you always take on to that? You always liked it? Or
Nah, I didn't like it.
You didn't like it?
No, a dude named Jake Clayton named us the Freeway Boys. And
Yeah.
He didn't like us, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, but it stuck, you know, and once we started selling drugs, you know, everybody started saying the Freeway Boys.
Yeah.
Jake was kind of like, almost like not quite like a Tookie, but close.
Yeah.
He was close to that level.
Yeah.
You know, and he was a lowrider, more of a lowrider gangbanger though. And in the lowriding scene, he was the man in the lowriding scene.
Yeah.
He was one of the top dogs. You know?
Yeah.
So when he started saying it, everybody started saying it. Oh, the Freeway Boys, the Freeway Boys. So it
kind of got that popular and it stuck.
Yeah, and then you know, once you start having money, it went from being the junky ass Freeway Boys to the Freeway Boys.
Yeah.
So you know, it eventually stuck. You know, now you see I wear it on my shirt.
Exactly. Do people ever get mad at you for bringing their names up, or like
yeah,
in the interviews of the book?
I had people get me in both book and in interviews.
Yeah.
You know.
But I mean, some of the information, some people have passed away, and some of the information is already kind of out there because they might have got caught or anything. You know what I mean? It's not like.
Well, I haven't mentioned nobody's name that would get them in any trouble or anything like that. But you know, at the end of the day, it's their story, and you know that's why I don't talk about a few people that I used to talk about before.
Yeah.
Because I only talk about them to lift them up. You know,
Yeah.
I never talk about them to tear them down.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, you know.
Yeah. When you say you've had like assassination attempts on your life, like, are you talking about from like the police, the feds, or street people? Like, who do you feel like was coming after you?
I didn't say only time that anybody ever. Well, I've been shot at a few times.
Yeah.
Not assassination attempts.
Yeah.
You know, that was he shot at me because I stole his car.
Yeah.
You know, and I fucked his car. I cut the top of his car off.
Yeah.
Purposely because I was mad.
Yeah.
You know, I made sure I cut the top of that motherfucker off. But for the most part, no, I was almost kidnapped one time.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that there was ever any assassination attempts made on my life.
What made you want to get into like the hotel and real estate game?
Well, after my mom had put me out of her house, I moved in with one of my cousins, and it didn't go along well for a while.
Yeah.
And then I moved in motels, and so I used to go to motels. We paying $45 a night, and sometimes we couldn't get a room.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, for this little bitty room, it's $45 a night. I should build one of these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So that's what I did.
Would you say that it was very like you made a lot of money off it at that time?
Off of motels?
Yeah.
They did all right.
Yeah. Now I thought it was kind of cool just because like we need like even now like I feel like we still yearning for more black people to be involved in the hotel and that industry.
Well, you know, our people don't take their money and do anything with it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know where a black hotel is in the country. You know.
That's what I'm saying. Like.
So, well, Detroit was one in
okay.
Detroit on the riverfront.
Yeah, I always thought that would have been the entire for you to do.
Well, I plan on doing that.
Okay,
I plan on building some
you should for sure. What's your take on the coronavirus vaccine?
I'm not taking it.
Yeah.
I don't need it. You know, I had a doctor that put me up on vitamin D and zinc.
Yeah.
And I've had a few friends, about 10, that go to the hospital, and I put them up on the vitamin D and zinc, and they were at the hospital in a couple of days.
Yeah. That's tight, but it's definitely natural vitamins you can take that can help you prevent yourself from getting sick. So I think that's smart that you do it. And I mean, we don't really know the effects on it.
Yeah, well, you know, Dr. Leslie Matthews is one of the top surgeons in the world.
Yeah.
You know, black guy, and he really should be advising the White House about dealing with the coronavirus, but he's the wrong color.
Yeah.
So Dr. Fauci ain't gonna bring him up.
Yeah.
But I just thought that it was worth mentioning his name. People should go and check him out. He's probably the foremost researcher on vitamin D.
Yeah.
And he put me up on the vitamin D.
Yeah.
And so far, nobody in my immediate circle has had coronavirus. Even the one where the whole office buildings have gotten sick.
Yeah,
they're the only ones.
That's crazy.
and they're the only ones who didn't.
Well, people need to get on it for sure.
Yeah, you should be taking your vitamin D3, high dosage. 5,000 milligrams, 3,000 milligrams every day, every other day.
Yeah. If you could relive your life, is there anything you would change?
Nothing. I love who I am right now. Today, I'm having a ball.
Yeah.
And life is good.
What made you want to? I know you're about to get into the music industry. Like, what made you want to get into that?
Well, I did music a few times.
For real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I financed Anita Baker's first album with Otis Smith.
That's crazy.
I found the Alcoholics. I had an opportunity to work with Dre before anybody had this, before Eazy-E had discovered him.
Yeah.
And I feel I missed those opportunities.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is when I miss an opportunity, I like to go back and correct it.
Yeah.
Just like in tennis, fix your backhand.
Yeah.
So now I'm getting ready to build a major record label.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring some innovative ideas to the game, and with this new marijuana grow that I'm doing, I'm gonna have more money than sin. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be doing all kind of stuff. I'll probably buy a football team, a basketball team.
That would be tight.
Baseball team. I'll probably be the first black majority owner.
Yeah. That would be tight. We definitely need that for sure.
Even if it ain't in my name, you know what I'm saying? I might have a straw man out front instead of like they do us. They put us out front. Oh, say you own this.
Yeah.
And you really, just the front man for somebody else. You own 2%.
Yeah. What went into the decision for you to come out with your own weed strain?
It was easy, man. I was already selling weed on the black market.
Yeah.
So when I saw everybody going legal, I was like, shit, I might as well go legal with them.
Yeah. I feel you.
I like to have one of those stores sitting on the corner with a sign up that say, I sell weed.
Yeah.
I sell it good.
Yeah. What's the most money you spent in a day?
I don't know, man. I done spent a lot of money before. A few $100,000 probably. You know. I used to spend a lot of money. I used to almost give away $30,000-$40,000 every day.
Really?
Yeah, just riding down the street, people ask you, oh, my rent due, my car got repoed, and my son in jail, he worked for you.
Yeah.
He ain't got no money right now. He needs some money on his books. He need bail.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lawyer.
Did you feel entitled to help people, or?
I mean, I feel like the more you got, the more you should give.
Yeah. No, I feel like that's very cool of you. When I feel like you being so giving to the people, that reflected back on people. People are not trying to do shady shit. Feel like you hold it down. All
that's
that
why
stuff.
They love me now.
Yeah.
Because I gave so much.
Yeah.
Wait till I finish this grow.
Yeah.
They think they love me then.
They really gonna love you
now. You thought you loved me then. You really gonna love me now. No, I'm finna make 250 people millionaires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And off the marijuana business.
No, I do more than just marijuana.
Yeah.
I got my own clothing line.
Yeah.
This is one of my fighters, Nafin Charles.
Yeah.
Also got a fighter named Kid Austin. A couple other fighters.
You got boxers.
Boxers, yeah. I'm promoting my first fight.
Where's it gonna be?
Co-promotion in Atlanta.
I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I'm co-promoting a fight in Atlanta, the 19th, Juneteenth.
I gotta check that out. I want to see. I love boxing. I want to check that out.
You can watch it on my channel.
Yeah.
My channel is freeway.live.
Yeah.
Where we be streaming the fight
like
live.
pay-per-view.
Yeah, like pay-per-view.
That's tight.
Yeah.
You on top of the game.
You don't finna get pay-per-view a run for their money.
Yeah. Are you into crypto or stocks?
Not yet. I don't really understand crypto. I don't know where the money is at. I can't believe that my money is on the phone, that if I drop it in the toilet and forget my password, my money gone.
Yeah.
No, I need to be able to walk down to the bank, knock on their door, be like, hold up, man, I forgot my password, but y'all got the paperwork in there. Give me my money. And crypto just doesn't give me that security. To me, crypto is more like gambling.
Yeah. It's a gamble for sure.
When I ask people, how do they know which coin is going to go up, and they can't tell me.
Yeah.
And if you can't tell me why the coin, I can tell you why weed is going to go up or down.
Yeah.
So if they can't do that with me, I don't think that I should be investing in it.
Yeah. Do you know who Charleston White is? Are you familiar with him?
Charleston White?
Yeah. Are you familiar with who that is? I just a dude who's been real radical. He just kind of made a statement saying that Nipsey didn't do anything for black people, how Asian people can't be Crips, or Do you have any comments on that, or
No comment.
okay, I got you. You're a person who we see, start with nothing, then get it all and lose it all and get it back. Like, how are you able to stay mentally strong and fight through that?
I feel it's my duty to be the best that I can be. And black people need me to be successful. They need somebody that they can say that if he did it, I did it. And of course, Nipsey did something for black people.
Yeah.
Because he gave them hope that you can start from nothing. I remember when Nipsey really didn't have nothing. When I got out of prison, Nipsey wasn't doing that well.
Yeah.
So he definitely gave black people some hope and
for sure.
And some inspiration, if nothing else.
Yeah. For my final question, I want to ask you, what advice, if any, would you give to the younger you?
Learn how to read. Yeah, I found out reading was like cheating, though.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, I didn't know where to get game from.
Yeah.
I was running around asking people for game, and guys were telling me, hey, use a gun.
Yeah.
Another guy, use a snatch bar.
Yeah.
To steal a car.
Yeah.
Break in the house.
Yeah.
Catch somebody coming from an ATM machine and rob them.
Yeah.
So if I'd have been able to get a book, I could have learned, that Walmart started with $10,000.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah.
And that he's not a genius.
Yeah.
So reading books really, really helped me put my strategy together. And to understand that I'm just as good or better than the people who run this country.
Yeah.
And it's going to show in a minute.
Yeah, you about to do some big things. I'm excited to see everything come to full fruition for you.
One day they might see me buy Amazon.
Yeah. You should do it, man.
I might.
We need more people that look like us with in charge of these big corporations and stuff.
I might. We need them because they don't really respect us. And really, we make enough money. Black people make enough money to buy Amazon.
Yeah.
And Facebook and Walmart and all that, but we have no consolidation. We don't unify.
Yeah.
And if somebody ever get us to unify around a goal,
and take the world over.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows where we go?
Nah, for sure. Once again, I want to say it's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for having this conversation with me. We got Freeway Rick, the real Rick Ross. Dope interview on the way. Appreciate you. You're locked in with the Innovators. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell.